What?
Here we have with me Brody from Ice Gaming or
Here?
Pargon Interpreties, and a Junior RLCS admin and host. Also, I have with me Junior RLCS admin, and our podcast executive Surf and Hazard, and then I have Surf from the owner of Blizzard Esports and a Junior RLCS Grand Champion Division Manager, and
2 hours Grand Champion.
And our Junior RLCS admin. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Royal Open podcast. But topic one, we have to talk about the summer split because the Royal Open is technically the summer split. So, it's going to be very interesting this summer. We have multiple new teams coming in, especially from those spring split teams. One of those main teams, though, is actually one of those main teams is three main teams: Ice Gaming, Dynasty, and Blaze Esports.
Fuck Blaze.
Definitely coming out of the spring split and going into the summer split. And other teams like Pro Advancing Hero Squad that got picked up by an organization that's called Blizzard Esports, and that's another team that you really have to look out for. But all those four teams except for Dynasty are going to be in the champion division, so we're going to get to that later. But the summer split is going to be 16 weeks, 18 weeks in general, with 2-week playoff bracket, a double elimination playoff bracket, and then that's going to lead to a spring split like RLCS regional single elimination bracket, which we will find our champion with a $2,100 prize pool, which would be expected to raise to $4,000.
Damn. 4,000.
And
Jesus Christ.
Racking up the
4,000.
moolah.
Yeah,
That
and then
green grassy cash.
okay, so another thing that I really want to get everyone involved with are the new teams. What team? Like, okay, so these are the main champ teams. Since we already know a lot of the champ teams from the Junior LCS dominant champ teams. Champ and Grand Champ, yeah, which includes Dynasty, who could be moving down to Champ because of the loss of Swayze. So, it's going to be, let's talk about the new teams and divisions. So, the new teams that are coming in from the spring split, let me list them: Ice Gaming, Blaze Esports, Blizzard Esports, Void Gaming, and multiple more teams, especially in those higher bracket. And out of we also one of the most exciting matchups of the year, Ice Gaming and Dynasty. And Ice Gaming pulled off a reverse sweep, and that was my personal favorite series because that was very exciting. What did you guys watch that series?
I played in that shit.
Own team.
Unfortunately, I didn't.
Yeah, Hazard. Get your fucking game on. But yeah.
Anyway, so
what are we talking about now?
But what do you guys think of the new division brackets? Because we have gold, plat, diamond, champ, and grand champ. We even have an SSL 1v1 division. So, what do you guys think of the new addition to these division brackets?
I dig. It's definitely way more organized. It's also gonna cause a lot more excitement from the fans and shit. I mean, whenever you have separate divisions from separate things, first of all, it's a lot more fair, and it causes a lot more competition and rivalry within the teams. So there's really no excuses as to why you lost at all. You can't say someone's just that much better than you or anything.
Yeah, because you'll be going against somebody against your personal rank instead of going against multiple ranks above you or multiple ranks below you.
Exactly.
Yeah, Hazardous, what do you think about the new change?
Yeah, Hazard.
Very equal. Much more competition, as Brody said.
Facts.
And more pressure on them again, really, because if you lose, you're losing someone your rank. So it's going to be a lot of conceding, a lot of stress, but in the end, it's worth it. So I can't wait to see how this is going to play out. It's going to be very interesting to see what teams come up with their plans, strategies, and it just lets them get a bit more creative against people that are on rank because they know how they think. So again,
Yeah.
we're going to see a lot of compassion, a lot of strategies, brand new things into this league.
Yeah, sir. What do you think about that new division brackets?
Yeah, it's good because it like makes it more fair because you actually get to play against players your rank. Because in the old one, you had to play like some plat had to play like grand champs, as in our team was a grand champ team, and we had to play some like diamond teams. So it was very unfair. But this it makes it fair, and for each rank gets their own prize pool too. So yeah.
Versus Ice Gaming. That was Dynasty, the Grand Champ team, versus Ice Gaming, the Champ team, and Dynasty basically got slapped in the face by Ice Gaming because I don't even know. Like they were just
even
so
more.
amazing, but now we just have much more of a organized bracket and search and whatnot. But I do want to talk about the new $2,100 prize pool, which is expected to raise you about $4,000 by the end of the season, or by even more. So we really want to talk. I want excuse me. I want to see what you guys think on how it's going to influence teams even more. Just that money, just the prize pool.
Yeah, like it's like the money. The teams they want money for their teams, so then their teams could get to like they could grow and get bigger. And like that money will make more teams want to join in all ranks.
Brody, what do you think about what do you think about the prize pool, and how do you think it's going to influence teams?
The prize pool is definitely gonna be very. It's definitely gonna make teams play harder. It's gonna make them care a lot more, and they're definitely gonna want to stick around more because if they know that they're getting something out of playing, other than just having a good time, then they're gonna do their best first of all, and you're gonna see a lot more competition and a lot more heated rivalry, and it's gonna be quite the show to see going through with this royal split.
And Topher, what do you think about this new prize pool?
It'll push a lot of teams to do their best. Yeah.
Yeah, true. And Hazard, what do you think about it as well?
I'd just say more competition, more stress, and more pain. You know, when you lose, you lost a good amount of money, so it's definitely gonna raise some alarms for a lot of teams, and they're gonna give it their all. Really, it's gonna be quite fun to watch.
Yeah. And then this is one of my favorite topics because if you watched the Junior Rlcs news channel, I was kind of bashing Dynasty a lot when they lost to Ice Gaming. And Ice Gaming was definitely like I had Ice Gaming the whole time at my number one team to win the whole thing before we had organized division brackets. Now we have organized division brackets. Do you think? I personally think Ice Gaming will they return to their glory days and find a way to overcome all of the new teams that have come in to the scene, especially like Blaze Esports. Topher, what do you think? Because you saw you were one of the people that was commentating for that
Yeah.
Blaze Esports game. So what do you think? Like, do you think that Ice can do it?
Blaze definitely brings a lot of punch to the competition, and Ice does have a really good lineup, but I think Blaze might be able to overtake them here.
Brody, you are on the champ team of Ice Gaming. So what do you personally think? Like, do you think that your team's going to be able to overcome, or do you think it's going to be something that's going to be seen on the spot?
I think we can overcome it. Last time we played against them, we weren't prepared like at all. I think I think they definitely outplayed us either way. But now with these separated brackets and divisions, there's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot more fair. No more excuses from either team, and I feel like it's gonna be quite the show to watch between my team against them.
And Hazard, I don't know if you watched any of the two teams, but just from what you've been hearing about the two teams, do you think it's going to be something on the spot, or do you think that you're just going to have to witness the gameplay?
I'd say we're gonna have to witness the gameplay because, as what we can hear, it's the two teams going after each other's necks. It's gonna be really interesting. They're both really competitive teams, and as you know, as we can hear, the fight's not over yet. We've still got this league to go through, and yeah.
Same for you, Surf. Do you think you're going to witness the gameplay? Because I'm pretty sure you have seen a little bit of Blaze gameplay, and they have just been, I don't know, just amazing. But Ice Gaming still is one of the top champ teams, but so is Blaze. Like, is it going to be like a hump that both teams are going to have to climb over, or is it just going to be something that you're going to have to wait and see for?
I feel like we'll have to wait and see for. And yeah, but Not Solar was really good for Ice Gaming, but he got traded to Blizzard.
Alright.
So I don't know. I think we'll have to witness the game to see.
And to be honest, Hunter is probably has been proven them himself as the most mechanical player in the whole of the junior RLCS coming from that spring split. So it's going to be really fun to witness. The season 4 spring split preseason MVP, which was Hunter, go up against all these other teams. But you saw how good Cosmics played, and then you also saw how good not Solar played. But I do want to see who the replacement will be and how they play for a team like not Solar. But here. But I want to go on to this topic number 5. We are introducing something new in the Junior RLCS brought on forth by Steven. It's called the Junior RLCS franchise teams. Let me explain that. The Junior RLCS franchise teams. They're teams that are made by the Junior RLCS, and there are teams. There are going to be 16 Junior RLCS franchise teams. Estimated about 8 to 12 of them will be occupied by the time the season starts. There's going to be a draft, and the free agents will be put on those franchise teams once the draft is complete. And then it's going to be much easier to trade within the franchise teams because there's a lot of insecureness about the players when they leave the teams, because they're like, am I supposed to leave the whole organization, or am I just going to be something inside this league? It's stuff like that. So it's going to be much easier for players to maneuver around and see which team is like their really firm home and foundation where they can do stuff like that. So there's a quick explanation stuff. But topic number 6, I do want to talk about this real quick. Regional bracket ideas. Let me explain that, because it sounds like what we talked about for topic number 1 and 2, but it's actually completely different. It's technically the Junior RLCS playoffs, and it's going to be it's something that Steven did come up with an idea that it could work like this. It could work like this. Champ. Okay, low to mid champ versus very high diamond teams, and then high champ versus low GC teams. that's something that that's something that is going to be that they want to implant into the playoffs. They want it to be Diamond versus Champ, and then Champ versus Low GC. And then that's how they want to decide, because they're calling it the high bracket for the GC and the Champ, and then they're calling it the middle bracket for the Champ and Diamond, and then the low bracket for the Gold and Plat. What do you guys think of that idea? I want to start off with Hazardous. What do you think of that idea of the playoff bracket?
I mean, it gives a lot of team opportunities, which will be quite interesting to see. So high diamonds versus low champs, and adds more diversity to the competition. So not just champs against champs. You got diamonds against champs. More pressure for the champs. It's more complex, more diverse. Adds a bit more interest to this league as well.
True. I want to also mention something that is, for me, it gives a feel of kind of like NA versus EU on a bracket. Like, it feels like Team BDS versus NRG in like a LAN event, except it's on the same region and they're two teams of different ranks. Also, it's going to add pressure to the champ teams, because if they lose to the diamond teams, that is going to completely wipe their whole like ego and their just reputation as a team in general. So yeah, now I want to go to you, Brody. What do you think about that new idea of that type of a bracket?
The free-for-all bracket?
It's not exactly a free-for-all bracket, but it's more of combining two ranks together.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. I don't know. It's definitely different, and I think that's one of the perks about this league, is that we have a lot of unique. What the fuck do you call it? We had a lot of differences compared to other leagues. We take it our own way, and we do it different than what everyone else does. Like with this combining brackets and stuff, it's different, and it provides a lot more anticipation between people, because if a champ team, like what Hazard said, if a champ team goes against a diamond team and they start like losing, they had that in their heads, like they're losing to a diamond team, and it'll make them choke,
Yeah.
and it'll make them play a lot more different, and it's definitely going to be a show to watch, that's for sure.
Yeah, that is true. And I do want to go to you, Surf, because I know you are the manager of the GC division, and I do want to see what you're thinking about it. What do you think about the new bracket idea?
Good. Yeah, I like how we do that. But like, my only question is, say like a high plat team beats a low diamond team, would they go against like mid to high diamond teams to see how they do?
No. It's going to be like no. It's not going to be like that. Like if a high plat team beats a mid to low diamond team, there you go. The plat team, they automatically win the money. Their season is finished. They're going to the junior Rlcs championships. Just straight off.
But then what I'm saying is, would like next season, would they move up into the mid high diamond thing bracket?
If their team ranks go higher, yes. If they don't, no, they're staying in. It's like
if they all hit like mid diamond, would they play with the high diamond, since they
if they play with the mid diamond, they play with everybody. Like here, you see the champ teams, the champ teams of all ranks will be playing each other.
Mm-hmm.
Champ team, low champ, high champ, they're still going to be playing each other. It's going to be like a low Blizzard esports team versus a Blaze esports team. They're going to combine, and is going to be favoring Blaze, but they're still going to be playing, you know? So that's that's kind of how it's going to work. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next topic, and it's going to be Yeah, no. That's basically what we just talked about, this next topic. So I want to go to another topic, which is North American Gaming. They were, excuse my grammar, they were listed as a champ team, but they lost to Velocier Esports, who is no longer in the Royal Open Junior RLCS. And they had to forfeit against, they have to forfeit because Velocier was too good for them. And then them forfeiting is going to be coming into the next topic, which is the in-game rules. But North American Gaming, they lost to Velocier. How can it affect them? Because they just went from being so confident to be like, oh no, okay, now we're not even relevant. The owner of NAG said to put them into the plat bracket until they get better. So, like, if you're losing to a team that is the same rank as you, and you get swept by the exactly even lower rank, how specifically could that affect a team and how they go forward in the rest of the season? I want to go with Brody first. What do you think about that?
I'm sorry, I spaced out. What'd you say?
Okay, so North American Gaming lost to Velocier Esports. North American Gaming were listed as a higher ranked team than Velocier in general. Velocier swept and North American Gaming had to forfeit. So if you're going to be losing to teams that are much lower ranked than you, how do you think it's going to affect the teams going forward in the season?
I don't know what to say, to be honest with you. It's kind of just like the same kind of story, I guess, with the I guess free for all bracket. It's kind of if you lose to a lower team, then it's gonna make you look worse.
I didn't get your extra 3,000.
And then, Houseers, what do you think about that?
Oh, what if they're not around though?
Really, they applied for the team rank,
Then what do you
so
want
they
to do?
should stay in it. Even though they got swept, they have to stay in their ranks.
If they're not
Yeah.
block,
Doesn't
close
matter
my
if
sign.
you got swept or not. Same goes for the
True.
pro teams. They get swept, they'll stay in the same league. Just don't be scared, you know? Doesn't matter. It's only a game.
And then, Surf, what do you think about that as well?
So they're a champ. So you said that North American Gaming was a champ, and
They were listed as a champ team.
And the owner said to put them in
the plat. Until they got better.
That means that, like, how did they get in the plat is like, first of all, then like it means if they got swept so hard, I mean, the Velos Esports, they play like GCs, but like but sweeping that bad, I feel like they really got to practice harder to get on the level with the other teams.
Something I want to bring up now is the new in-game rules of the Junior RLCS and how this is going to affect the league. So everyone listen closely here because this is going to be interesting. There are going to be much more rules, but number one, all players and teams must play to the best of their ability. That is an obvious rule. No forfeits allowed. That's another rule. No player may leave a game in the middle of one. If a player disconnects from a game, he or she will not be allowed to join back in that game. So it would be a 2v3 for the rest of the game. And then, depending on how the player disconnected, it could result in a restart or just an automatic forfeit game. No players are allowed to use any type of in-game chat. Those are some of the spotlight rules. The other in-game rules are in a specific document that all the players and higher are allowed to go into if you want to be in the Junior RLCS. That is going to be you're going to have to DM A Bird, #HED9 #9184. So that's how you get into the junior RLCS. But
if you want to get in GC, DM me. Surf hashtag
but yeah,
8720.
But how do you, what do you what do you guys think of those new in-game rules? I want to start off with Surf. What do you think about those new in-game rules?
Yeah, they sound fair. I should add on that there's like no cheating allowed, like any sort of hacks or something. And yeah, and like before the game you have to confirm what players are playing, and if there is a change in players there should be like a fine, or like they miss games or automatically forfeit them. Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, the rules are good and I would agree with them.
Because what we saw in the spring split, we saw North American Gaming forfeit 3 times in the spring split. We saw a forfeit by Pyro 2 times. We saw a forfeit. We saw multiple forfeits, and we even saw a forfeit by Dynasty. Not to like and channel. Here's the thing. Here's a little loop thing. There's going to be subs allowed in the game to immediately join if a starter disconnects. But they will be able to join back after the game is finished. But the sub will be able to come into the game the moment a player disconnects.
Again, still stupid. They should, whoever made the rules should copy off Pro Leagues, which is one of the rules that I'm aware of, is that if you get disconnected, the match can be paused for 20 seconds or set amount of seconds. If they don't join back, fair enough, we can start the game. But not being able to join back is kind of really stupid, and it's not fit for this league. So I really want to have a discussion with whoever made those rules, because that is clearly not right. But the rest.
Okay, so Brody, I'm gonna reread the rules, the new in-game rules, and then I want to see what you think about them and how they can affect the teams. Number 1, obviously all players and teams must play to the best of their ability. No forfeits allowed. No player must leave in the middle of a game. If a player disconnects from a game, he or she would not be able to join back, but a sub will be able to join the game the moment it happens, because the sub should be automatically in spectating mode inside the game. No players are allowed to use in-game chat, and there are multiple more rules inside a specific Discord document. But what do you think of those main 5 spotlight rules, and how do you think they can affect teams?
I think they're all good. Along with the forfeiting, though, I think you should be able to forfeit. However, there has to be like a limit. Like, okay, here, this is what I mean. This is gonna be confusing, so listen up. Say it's a best of 5, right? And you're losing 2-0. Like you've lost 2 games already. And you're about to lose the 3rd game. Like, say it's 5 goals up and there's like a minute left. You should be allowed to forfeit, but you aren't expected to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand, and that's the thing. Steven, who is also the maker of the rules, in-game rules, that is, did take the copy from some of the RLCS rules because he did mention that forfeiting, like, you saw what happened to Reynolds. Reynolds got fined, and
I think if it's one person
there
that
was
leaves,
7 seconds left.
if it's one person that leaves, and the rest of the team doesn't leave before forfeiting, and that one person leaves early, then they should be in trouble, and they should be like suspended from playing for like a week or two. But if a team alone wants to forfeit, they shouldn't be allowed to forfeit until the final match, or what could be the final match, and it has to be a reasonable forfeit decision. Like, it can't be down by 1 with a minute left. Like, you can't leave, you can't forfeit if you're only down by 1, no matter how much time is left.
To be honest, Reynolds left the game with 7 seconds left when Sipical was obviously in a position where he could have just cleared the ball. If just Space Station, if Arsenal had got a good power shot and power under that ball, he would have got the ball into the net of Envy with at least 1 second on the clock, where they could have performed a 0-second miracle. Which is why I don't believe in people forfeiting. I don't believe in people forfeiting. I hate forfeiting.
I mean, if it comes down to it, we can just have a poll on it and update.
Yeah, we should. And then I think you should also alert Steven on...
I have a question. Who is going to be the league admins, and like, if we don't know, then how are we going to get them?
We do have 2 in league admins. One of them is Script, and then one of them will also be, I believe it will be either Steven or Mitchell, because there's some other in game admins that have been there since the winter split ended. So yeah, but let's come off of the in-game rules, because that is certainly something that is going to have a whole podcast discussion alone, and then go and talk about the legendary Muffin Boys, because the Muffin Boys are to be honest, they're probably the best team. They have won
what rank are
5 to 8 splits since 2018.
What rank are they?
They started off as a champ team, upsetted multiple GC teams, and then found their way to a $2,000 trophy in early 2018. They reached Grand Champ, and then 2 of their players left because they were SSL and they were looking for an opportunity on actual pro rosters. Their third actually did leave in the beginning of the spring split, eliminating them from participating in the spring split. The third left because he was moving to the other side of the world, from what I've heard, all the way in the Oceanus region. And they are having new players. Mabrant is... I'll get to that in a second. But Mabrant is the main host for the Muffin Boys, and she did tell me that she is scouting some high champ teams, which they were officially there, and they are trying to come back and dominate. The Muffin Boys is a franchise team. They have always been a franchise team.
Tell you something. The SSLs that left, have they found a team yet, or are they free agents?
That information I have none. I don't know about. You can DM Mabrant.
Because if they're still available, I will take some SSLs on my team.
But the Muffin Boys have a history of dominating. If they get new people, and will they have the pressure on them to stay as a team, or will the pressure be relieved because they're a completely new team? What do you think about that, Brody? Brody. Give me a minute. Actually, Hazard, let's cut to you. While Hazard, let's cut to you. What do you think about that? What I just said.
Sorry, could you repeat that? I was just doing something.
All right. So the Muffin Boys. I just told a long story about the Muffin Boys, but long story short, they've had a history of winning. They have won 8 splits. And regionals included. 2-day regionals included since early 2018. They have always been a dominant factor in the junior RLCS. Do you think now that they are getting new players since all the players left, do you think since when they're getting new players, do you think that they're going to still have the pressure of them continuing to win on them, or do you think that they think since they're a new team they won't have any pressure on them? What do you think, Casper?
By the way.
Oh yeah, they'll have the pressure, alright. It's on their name that they've won loads of titles. They're gonna have to keep their reputation up and going. So yeah, that pressure's gonna still be there.
That can definitely turn as a factor. Brody, what do you think about that?
I'm sorry, I wasn't here. What was happening?
Okay, I'll re-explain.
Dude, I'm sorry. Alright, so I got them being like they have a history here or some shit.
So yeah, they have won 8 splits / 2-day regional events since early 2018. They have a history of being a top 3 team in both Champ and GC. When their ranks went from Champ to GC, they dominated even almost semi-pro teams. So, do you think that they're going to have do you think they're going to have the same amount of pressure on their shoulders because they have new players? Do you think the new players are still going to feel the pressure of them winning since that organization has been consistently winning, or do you think the pressure will be relieved because they're new players and it's a new it's almost a new organization altogether?
Oh man, I want to say that obviously they have a reputation, so they've been here, they've played the game, and they've definitely been around long enough to understand the game, and they've definitely been here long enough to definitely probably be prepared and have a nice team set up and ready to play. So I'm actually pretty excited to see these guys. Definitely want to keep that reputation up for them, and I'm really excited to have them in the league.
Yeah, because they are coming back as a high champ team, so that's going to be something that they could play you. And Surf, what do you think about that? Same question to you.
There's so much pressure, and they have a reputation. They are a Champ 3 team, so they will be playing via low GC teams, which we have. Depends how good they are. Like, I feel like if they have a reputation, they have to be good. I think they'll improve really fast, but at first I think they'll have a lot of pressure on them. They won't do that well. But as time goes by, I think they'll get better and better as a team.
All right, we're gonna skip the last topic because Hazard and Topher had their thingamajig to do. So we're going to go straight to our bonus topic. If we had RLCS, like NRG RLCS LAN, if we had an RLCS LAN, who would win the RLCS? Who would be top 4 and then win? I want to really quickly say this. I think it would be Envy. I think it would be probably Envy versus BDS, and then SSG versus NRG in the semis.
Yes, everybody, everybody.
I think NRG
Thank
would win
you
versus
so
SSG.
much for watching
And
the
then
Junior
BDS
RLC. Get my
would
voice
lose
out
to
of here. Thank you, everybody, for watching the Junior RLCS podcast. My name is Anotita from Ano Game. This was pre-recorded. Thank you so much to Brody Bones for using for streaming this on, so I can stream this right off his Twitch account. He is such a saint, and he is from Ice Gaming. My name is Anthony, the host of the Junior RCS Season 4, and I am out. Really? You want me to streamer talk to you? Right. You know what? How about this? Colton, if you are the real Colton, say, what is your Discord account? No. Because I know your Discord account. I have it in my hand. Oh, and out. Really? What's your Discord? You cannot forget your Discord, because I remember how strict you used to be about you and your Discord. So come on and tell me what your Discord is. Anyway, but thank you guys for coming over to the stream. Junior ROCS Royal Open Podcast, Episode 1. And, I'm gonna see you on the next episode on the Junior ROCS. Peace out.
And then we would have a spring split Regional 3 Lamborghini Open rematch. And I think that since NRG have always performed well at LAN, since NRG have been performed pretty decently well at LANs, not counting Season 7 or 6, from Season 4, I think NRG would have that just LAN spirit and then win against Team Envy, who has Turbulosa, but not Turbulosa, Turbo. I keep pronouncing that wrong, but I think NRG would just come out on top in that situation. Brody, what do you think about that? Who do you think would win the LAN?
If I'm being honest with you, I don't pay too much attention to a lot of RLCS, but I know NRG definitely has a reputation, and I don't really know. I don't watch too much, but I can definitely tell you that they have a reputation, and if they want to keep it, then they gotta at least do pretty good. Even if they don't win, they still gotta work pretty hard to keep their well, not necessarily their fan base, but the confidence in their team.
Surf, what do you think? Who? I cannot talk today, can I? Who do you think would win a LAN?
Of the top 4 teams, I would definitely say Team BDS, Space Station Gaming, NRG. and Blizzard Esports, and and Blizzard Esports with Hypro, and they're gonna sign Daniel and First Killer. I think their team is just too unstoppable and they would win.
Alright. Okay, then we got your predictions. Everybody, thank you so much for watching the Junior RLCS episode 1 of the Summer Split podcast. Here I have with me Brody, Surf, we had Hazardous, and Topher. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we're going to see you on the next episode of the podcast before the season starts. Remember, one thing to keep note, this is the start of the preseason, so you're going to start seeing some scrimmages and preseason games. Peace out, everybody.
Signings.